Hello and welcome to another update video about Algorand. Just want to cover Algorand because, yeah, again, it has been heavily requested. We started to make Algorand videos on this channel when it was down here at around $1, yeah. And since then we've been with it. It's really good cryptocurrency in my view. A lot of potential. Honestly, it's not one that I would just want to trade easily, because this is one of them that I really want to hold long term. There's so much potential. You know, they are cooperating with El Salvador, lots of other partners, and I talked about that in previous videos, but it has a lot of potential. I believe it's undervalued. I believe it's underestimated at the moment. A lot of great projects running already on Algorand, and it's expanding. It's expanding, and a great technology and a great team behind it as well. So where are we currently? We can see here currently that we're trading at 181, had the all-time high here at 260, yeah, and we are currently trading a very interesting pattern. And with Algorand, you can see that in February we've been in a very similar pattern where we had a huge price increase. We dropped, came up, dropped, and then we've been trading for 2 months in an uptrending market. So in my view, we are here in the very same pattern again. Move up, came down, come up once more, down, and then we've moved in this range. And this is, in my view, as far as I've done my research correctly, back in February, some of these people who bought Algo coins when they were originally launched were able to sell some of them. That led to a price drop. The same happened here as well. And if we assume that after these sales, and again, I talked about the tokenomics of Algorand in previous videos. It's just that there was not enough demand in the past for all the supply of the Algo coins, but this is slowly shifting. We're seeing more and more demand, yeah, and this is slowly outstripping the supply. So what we can see is here overall rising prices and these same patterns when people are selling their Algorand coins when they can do it because they were locked for a certain period in time. And I explained it all in previous videos. It's quite complicated and we will need to go through it in detail. I won't do that in this video, but we can see that if we assume that the same will happen again, over the next couple of months, we should see rising prices. Now, we saw a similar triangle back then, and to be honest, only because you have a triangle on the chart, it doesn't need to mean that if you get into the apex, you see a huge breakout necessarily. There can be a breakout, there doesn't need to be, and back then there wasn't a major breakout, but we followed the price and we actually came up. It was even something like a cup and handle. You can see a cup shape here and a handle, which never broke out to the upside, to be honest. However, that doesn't, just because you have a triangle, you don't need a major breakout to the upside necessarily. Looking for me similar to back then, so it could indicate that we are trading a little bit sideways. Maybe with increasing prices we get back up to the 250 level here again, and then it remains to be seen what we're going to do then. I think this is a huge project and it has a lot of potential long term anyway, so 250 won't be, you know, the finish line. There will be much more to come back afterwards. But yeah, we can see here in the short term we are moving into the apex, and again maybe there will be a breakout, and if we get a breakout we can identify a target here. But as you can hear, I'm actually bullish on Algorand. I don't expect it to drop, but we're going to take a look at that in a minute. Now if we move up, I think we could even get to the $3 mark based on this. Now if we drop, which I don't think we will, that could really lead to a huge sell-off down to 50 cents if we just go by the target, but I think that is totally unrealistic. I would also doubt if we really get below the recent that low down here at around 70 cents. I don't think that will happen. I'm gonna take that out. I think if we move up, I think we're gonna move up, but I've got to, you know, I think we're gonna struggle probably to get above the recent high here, at least, you know, in the very short term. I think it will happen, but there's a lot of supply of Algo coins. That is changing, and there's more demand coming as well. So this demand is outstripping the supply slowly, and it's, you know, we're getting there, but it just takes time with Algorand, as history has shown, you know. So however, I think it is a good coin to hold. Again, no financial advice, but I'm holding onto my Algorand. And sometimes you see these pumps like these, yeah, unexpected. It was moving, it was lagging behind, and again, very similar to Cardano back then. I made that video as well. It was down here. I did say, you know, we are lagging behind other cryptos, and we could see them all go through the moon, and people were, again, very similar to Cardano at the moment, you know, where people say, oh, Cardano isn't moving, Cardano isn't moving. I remember when it was down here and people were saying, oh, Algorand will never go up, and oh, Algorand, why are you talking about Algorand? But there were a few people I remember who actually put in the comments, okay, I bought some now, and yeah, they were lucky, I think. So that was great, and it's just what happens sometimes. Some cryptos are lagging behind, and with Algorand, it's just the tokenomic situation, but that is improving, and we can also see, you know, that we are currently. So you could say it's a triangle. You could also say actually potentially it's actually something like a bull flag here, a major bull flag. Yeah, you have a descending channel here. Now, if that is the case, then that would be huge. But it is if we just take that Fibonacci here to the high, we've already come down quite far. Well, we've come down to the golden pocket, pretty much the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level, which would indicate, which is probably why we're slowing down the downtrend now. You can see that we came down quite strongly here, and then pretty much you're on the horizontal here at around 160. So we haven't dropped much further than 160, or actually 150. Yeah, I would say it's more like the 150 line here, but that seems to provide a horizontal support. So downtrend has slowed down. At least the lows aren't going down further. With the highs, however, we are going down further. So it's just something to be aware of. And overall, we are in an uptrend. I expect prices to go up, to continue to go up. On the RSI, we can see that we are here in the bullish range still. Above 50, there's a lot of scope to come to the upside. And we're currently also trading in the upper half of this channel, I would say. And we're getting very close to the that resistance line, and we can take a look at that in a minute on the shorter term time frame. We're about to get here we're about to get a bullish cross here on the ADX, and also could have potentially soon coming, we just tried it here, a buy signal on the MACD. So but since then the MACD line has gone down further, so we're still in the red here on the MACD, but we're making higher lows now, so potentially we are getting there a buy signal soon as well. Let's take a look on the shorter term time frame, the 1 hour chart here, and you can see how we are currently building up potentially for a breakout of that ascending trend line. Because what you essentially see here is that since that low here, so we haven't dropped down below that, that is at 161 or 160. So since then we're making higher highs, higher lows, and we're currently at this breakout point here. I think we tried the breakout, maybe failed, but we're currently building up here for a breakout, and currently in a small move down. But this is normally what happens before a breakout, that we really can't get away from these levels here anymore. So it could indicate that we're going to break out, but at the moment it's looking like, even if we don't break out to the upside, that we probably won't get below 150. So this is a level to watch. The 150 level is very critical. I think if we drop below that, we could really drop down all the way to be honest, the next main support will be here at 135, I think, but we haven't dropped below that, you know, since the beginning of September. So I think that'd be quite bearish, looking a bit like a descending triangle as well. If you say, okay, yeah, we've got a channel here, that's fine, but since then we've traded on that horizontal support, so the 150 line here roughly. So you're coming down here on a descending trend line, and you have horizontal support, so could also be a descending triangle. And again, nobody knows how these break out, and don't really get these clear signals here at the moment on Algorand. But for me, overall conclusion, you know, is yes, we have something here like a descending triangle here, could also be a bull flag, so it's not very clear in my view. We are definitely in an uptrend, you know. We had a golden cross, and let me just go back to the daily. We had a golden cross here on the daily, which is here where the 50-day moving average crossed above the 200. A lot of scope to the upside on the RSI. Currently something here like a bullish cross on the ADX. And overall, looking at the past here, after that last, where it happened last, that people could sell their coins and tokens, you know, since then we've moved up over the period of 2 months. So overall, a very good coin to hold long term. Not really sure how it's going to play out in the very short term. I wouldn't say that we see such a massive pump again. I think it will rather go slowly up from here. I don't think we'll drop below the 150 line. Now, if we do, I think we'll find support at 135. I think that would be rather bearish to drop below that level. And you can see how important that support line is, because back here it was already support here, or resistance in May, in April. You know, this is an important line, and we don't want to drop below 150. And I think we are holding firmly well at the moment above that line, and we need to. And yeah, in my point of view, we're going to continue our way up from here. Just needs a bit of patience as well at the moment, a little bit similar to Cardano, where we just need a bit of patience. And as soon as something, you know, as soon as we're getting closer to a breakout, or if something changes, I will certainly keep you updated. But not much has changed, to be honest, since the last video, which is why I haven't really done one. I think this is a perfect coin to hold long term, at least for me. And of course, you can come to a different conclusion, but there's a lot of potential in that project, and it's one that is going in my long-term hodling portfolio. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.